Good morning, everybody. I wanted to start a new series that I do on this channel every single year this time of year called Organized Christmas. I particularly really like following the Holiday Grand Plan. The Holiday Grand Plan, Organized Christmas, all these things are just kind of a way for you to slowly, week by week, get yourself organized, get yourself prepared for the holiday season. I am a very I need to be organized. I need to have a plan. It's what makes me tick. If not, I get very anxious. I do have some kind of anxiety issues that can quickly turn into like a more deeper thing of depression and things like that if I feel overwhelmed and stressed out and like I'm out of control. So quite a few years ago, like when I started having children, I discovered this plan and I fell in love with this plan and I follow it every year. They have quite a few different plans. I highly suggest just going onto the website, liking them on Facebook. I particularly really get a lot from the Holiday Grand Plan and from, they just changed the name of the other one that I do, but I print certain pages every year from the website. I put them in a little binder. I get a scrapbook sheet of paper, like a Christmas theme one, and decorate my binder, and that's my Christmas binder. It stays in my office with all my other planners and binders, and you know, each Sunday when the days tick over, I get my information and I kind of go through it. Currently it looks like she's redoing the website for organizedchristmas.com, which is kind of crazy considering that Holiday Grand Plan is going on right now. But Holiday Grand Plan has its own site. It's called holidaygrandplan.com. And it's just, this one is really focused on doing little things here and there to prep yourself for the food aspect of the holidays, making cookies, prepping dishes, setting aside stuff for giving, setting aside stuff that you may need, canned goods, flour, baking items, things like that. And then the part I love about it is the deep cleaning aspect that's weekly. And then you can also purchase gifts by this. And I mean, that's not a bad thing to do, you know. I would just start this week thinking about your budget for Christmas. And they have a printable for that. Think about who you need to buy for. Think about how many Christmas cards you want to send out. Start making those lists of who you want to buy for. You know, it's really easy to say, oh, I'm going to buy my kids' teachers a gift. But then when you sit down and think about it, me personally, I have one kid that has 6 teachers. I have another kid that has 6 teachers. I have one kid that has 2 teachers, one kid that has 1 teacher, and then the 2 kids that have the smaller amount of teachers have a ton of specials teachers. They have 2 library clerks, 2 music teachers, 2 art teachers, STEM teachers, all these little teachers. And I'm big on, I would like to give something to everybody. So, you know, my kids' teachers may get a gift in a higher monetary value, but all the little teachers, even if just a candy bar, even if just a hot chocolate packet, even just something that lets you know, hey, I'm thinking about you and I appreciate what you do and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. You know, those people are the ones that add up, and then you're stressed out the week before. And you know, those are the things that, yeah, I can't buy the candies now because normally I buy like a candy cane that has candies in it, or you know, maybe those little like Lent chocolates, it's a Santa with a sleigh, things like that. You can't buy those now, but as soon as you see those, even if you say, okay, each time I go to Target, I'm going to buy one of those Lent Santas, or I'm going to buy a candy cane, that will, you know, spread out your cost a little bit, so that if your budget, you know, a lot of people, I start doing these videos and they're like, I'm going to start saving now. And if you start saving money now, I think we have 19 weeks until Christmas. So even if you just saved $25 a week, you'd have $475 for Christmas. So that, you know, $25 a week, that can really add up, and you can take, you know, maybe $5 and spend it on teachers, set aside $5 for your kids' gifts, however you need to do it. If you went up to save $40, you'd have $760. Like, that's a decent Christmas budget. So my advice now is just to look at the website, see if it's something that you want to do. On this channel, I am going to take Saturdays or Sundays and I am going to update. So this is going to kind of be my clean with me, because I know people do like those videos, and I'll kind of show you what I did this week that was under my holiday grand plan. I will show you if I kind of did any shopping. I will show you anything that I did that pertained to this website that's helping me so much. I get the emails on Sunday morning. Typically we go to church on Sundays. I come home, I do my planning, I look at my email and catch my holiday grand plan, and that's my time to go through. But for me, I went through the holiday grand plan a few weeks ago, and I grabbed my planner. I have a big planner, and I put everything in it. So just making sure I don't have any I went through my planner, and here on each week I have holiday grand plan. Sorry, it's so dark. I don't know if you can see that better. But here I put my holiday grand plan. I put its list week, holiday grand plan. I put my to-do list and like a, little fun thing from my seasonal planner kit from Create 365. So this week we need to work on our porch, front porch. We need to make our list, which I put down here, and you need to create your planner. And the list that you want to make this week are visits that you want to make. Are you traveling? Do you want to see Santa? Do you want to go to the tree farm? Do you have events at your kids' schools? Do you have that one aunt that you only see at Christmas time? Write all that stuff down. And for me, I go ahead and throw them in the calendar. I look at our weekends, and I'll say, okay, this weekend is a good weekend to go see Santa. This weekend is a good weekend to do this. This weekend we have a church event, so that you're not overscheduling yourself and committing and overcommitting yourself, because that's something I think that a lot of us do. The gifts that you want to buy, if you have some gifts in mind already. I know that my kids have already started talking, and I know that one of them wants a Chromebook. I know one of them wants a cell phone that they're probably not going to get. So as I hear them say things, I jot it down. Given it's a little bit harder for us because our kids all have their birthdays and Christmas from, September to December. So it's kind of like an onslaught of stuff. But anytime they mention something, anytime anyone mentions anything, the other day we were in the store and my husband mentioned a backpack that he wanted, I wrote it down. And then that way you kind of have a list when it's time to go shopping, when you want to go shopping, when there's a good deal, you can say, oh, look, this was on so-and-so's list, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Your Christmas card list, I also suggest liking Shutterfly and all those photo companies, Kodak, who's the other one, Tiny Prints, there's another S one, I'm completely, Snapfish. Like all of them on Instagram and on Facebook, and you'll be surprised how many coupons they start offering for free magnets, free notepads, free cards. And even if you have to buy your cards like in lots of 10 or 25, you can definitely get a very good quality card for very, very little money. So keep an eye on that. You need to make your list for your menus, so your Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day menus. Some goodies that you want to make if you want to bake and do cookies and all that stuff. Freezer meals you want to make. We always try to have a few freezer meals on hand or quick meals on hand during the holidays, because it is crazy, it is chaotic, and some days you get home late and you're like, you know what, I just need something quick. And for us, we have a few freezer meals, or we have like frozen meatballs. Frozen meatballs are so easy. We throw them in a pan, put some sauce in. I can easily take a shower or bathe kids, and then it's done, because all they're doing is heating it. And then your long-term shopping list of things that you want to buy over the holiday season. So for me, I went ahead and I put it in my planner a long time ago. It just helps me be organized and not be stressed out, and I know that that's there, and it's one less thing I have to worry about. Like, I did the same thing next week, because next week is like living room and questions week, so you do different things. So this video will go up a little bit early because I want to get this out so that you guys can hopefully have some time to work on your porch and work on your list. And then I will start doing the videos on Sunday that kind of shows what I did and talk about what I'm planning to do. I know if you've been watching my channel any amount of time, these videos all get to be very redundant and the same thing over and over again, especially because it's the same thing over and over again. But maybe I do something different, or maybe someone told me a tip the previous year that kind of stuck in my head. I'll show you my planner and the way that I make it. But for me, this is what works for me. I know some people can't think about Christmas right now. It's just not in their brain. But for me, I will be stressed out if I'm not organized and having a plan. I have 4 kids and they're all going in 77 different directions. I'm going in 77 different directions. it works well if I'm organized and have a plan, and that way, you know, I have kids that need to know what's going on and need a plan, and it's easy for me to tell them, okay, this is what's coming up this week. Or they say, I want to do this, Mom, and I say, okay, well, we're going to do it this day. Like, oh, they're planning yourself. And think about everything, not just Christmas. For us, we're thinking about fall things that we want to do. We want to go to the church and pick out pumpkins. We want to carve our pumpkins, set aside time to do that. My kids always want to do a spooky haunted house. We've never done it, so that's kind of on our bucket list this year. We want to go to a corn maze again. We did that our first year here. We didn't do it last year, so we want to find a good corn maze to go to. We live near the farm where some of Stranger Things was shot, and they have one there, and my kids really like that farm for obvious reasons. So, you know, maybe that farm, maybe another one, but start researching the farms now. We won't go apple picking. We did that once here, and it's just not, it's not New England pumpkin or apple picking, so we can't get into it. We have a fall festival at our church. We have a fall festival that we throw at our school with a color run. So these are expenses. These are things that need to be put in the calendar, and it's good for me to kind of jot them all down and figure out what we're going to do. Same thing with Thanksgiving. You know, we need to get the kids their Christmas jammies so that we can give them to them on Thanksgiving like we always do. Decide if we're going Black Friday shopping. Pick our Thanksgiving menu. I don't think we're having family this year. I don't know. No one's told me, but typically it's, hey, Amanda, can we come to your house for Thanksgiving? The only people that would come, I assume, are my mom and my brother, but I don't know if they are. There's a lot going up in the air right now in my family, and I just don't think that she's going to be able to come here right now with some stuff that's going on. But if she is, we'll be ready, and then of course that means you got to plan for guests and things like that. Thanksgiving, we don't really do a lot of decorating, but you know, making sure that you're prepared for Thanksgiving. Don't go the week before and try to get everything you need for Thanksgiving. Make sure that you have everything you need. You know, each year they run out of those candy corns and stuff like that to make the turkeys with Oreos, so buy that stuff sooner than later. Make an area in your pantry, in your kitchen, that you can start storing all this food. I like to buy like a thing of flour, a thing of chocolate chips, you know, all those baking things that you need a lot of. I like to start buying those like and just adding them into our grocery budget, because then it doesn't come out of my Christmas budget and I have more money to spend on gifts and fun stuff. And then the same thing for Christmas. You know, think about what you want to do for Christmas. We have an event at school called Breakfast with Santa. I run an event at our school for a full week, and I'm really just tapped out that week. So like that takes a week out of my holiday season. We're possibly traveling for holidays this year. You know, that's an added thing in there. And then are we traveling? Are we not traveling? If we're not traveling, then we can get a real Christmas tree. If we are traveling, then we can't get a real Christmas tree. Making our gingerbread house. If we don't have the Breakfast with Santa event at school, if we don't go to it, then we need a plan to see Santa. You know, all those things that kind of add up. Getting nice outfits if we're going to be home so that we can go to church. All of our church events, they have awesome church events. If the kids do chorus, they have a chorus concert. Think of all these things that happen. Sometimes it's easier for me just to like go through pictures on Facebook or Instagram and be like, oh, we had that, we had that, we had that. Because I like to document a lot of our kids' things, so I can write them down and plan them out now and just put them in your planner now. Plan your weekends now. Plan what's going to be going on. Plan some shopping days for yourself. Plan some pampering days for yourself. Make sure you have time to get everyone's haircuts if you need that, if you want to get your nails done, if you want a spa day. Make sure that, you know, you're looking ahead and planning, and this will really get you organized and where you need to be. So sorry this video is all over the place, but I wanted to get it done so that you guys can get this sooner than later. But yeah, hopefully you guys will join me on this. I love these videos. I know they're not super popular on my channel, and you know, they don't generate a ton of views, but I love them, and the people that do follow along, that comment, it makes me so happy because I get so much advice. I get so many like tips and tricks, and I just feel like I'm helping people and they're helping me. And by all means, if you never comment on my channel, comment on this one if you're doing it, because it's nice to kind of talk and get to know each other and kind of do all this together. I also do have a Facebook page that goes with this channel, and sometimes I'll put like the videos that posted. I'll post some of my Scentsy stuff. I'm selling NORWEX now, so I'll maybe post a little bit of that, but I'm gonna be posting a lot of this stuff. I like getting into conversations with you guys and talking to you guys, so definitely like that Facebook page. I think that'll give us some more advice. I'll maybe share some deals and pictures and stuff like that. You know, this time of year I kind of amp up that page again, even though I probably should do it year round. But that is my organized Christmas holiday grand plan update. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope that you guys will kind of partake in this fun little series with me.